All right, we're getting reports that students at the Nelson Mandela University in Gqeberha in the Eastern Cape have heeded the call for a nationwide shutdown. You heard from Lerato Fakisi there. Let's bring her in to the conversation. Lerato, tell us more. What are you witnessing there?
Stand by. Well, a very good morning to you. We are broadcasting live from Nelson Mandela University, where the students here have also heeded the call for the nationwide shutdown. Speaking to the SRC this morning, two things are really important for them. The cancellation of historic debt, and they're saying also the allowances for NSFAS, the guideline in terms of 2021 has not been clear, and they are saying they will continue their protest because they say there is a crisis in terms of higher education. But joining me this morning is Lonwabo Sikhamza from SASCO and the SRC to talk to us more about the nationwide shutdown. Lonwabo, early on was speaking, you were saying the most important thing for your students now is the clearance of historic debt.
Yes, no, that's very true. The issue of historical debt is important because students, once they graduate, they are not able to progress in their lives because of this historical debt. And in the first place, we believe that even this thing of debt, it should not have existed in the first place because government announced in 2016, if I'm not mistaken, that there will be free education. Therefore, we can't today be faced with an issue of people having to service debt before they can even progress with their lives. It is a disadvantage to the students, and it's a disadvantage to those who have actually managed to graduate, and those people should be using whatever finances they have to better their communities and their families.
Now, speaking of government, do you feel the government has failed you as students? Because we were speaking earlier on, and do you remember 2015 when the streets were full of students and then a promise was made of free education? Now, years later, you guys are fighting the same thing. Do you think the government cares for you as students and they've prioritized higher education?
Well, that remains a critical question. They have not shown to be a caring government to issues of students because the Department of Higher Education has taken very drastic decisions around the issue of funding of students, which shows to us that perhaps there is a level of carelessness towards students, that is, they are not taking students seriously. For an example, with NSFAS currently, the Department of Higher Education has not released the guidelines for the current academic year. This then means students are not able to register Home Affairs years, they are not able to have accommodation, they are not able to have allowances. So this becomes an issue, and we are feeling the strains of such decisions here on campus. So therefore we've heeded to the call made by the President National of SASCO to be on the streets, shut down universities, and bring the government universities to the table.
And also we're speaking early on that many students that are here on campus come from disadvantaged backgrounds, so the whole online learning also becomes a disadvantage to them. So another thing tabled by the students is to go back to campus on a full-time basis to cater to those that are living in underlying areas.
Yes, well, as you know, we're under level 1 lockdown, therefore meaning students should be allowed to return to campuses because conditions back home for some students are not conducive for them to perform academically well. So we're also making that very same call to say allow students to return to campus, use campus facilities so that they can progress and ensure that they have good academic performances. So yes, so it's true, we are advocating for that also.
Well, that was Lonwabo Sikhamza from Nelson Mandela University. I'll just stand away from shut and just let SABC just show you. When you actually arrived here, Blaine, we saw some students carrying their bags coming back to campus because, as you are aware, this is supposed to be the first week back for all students to come back on campus, but obviously the nationwide shutdown does not allow that. But I must say that the numbers here aren't as huge as we had expected to be, but students have come out and they are standing in hands and united to make sure they get free higher education. And also, Blaine, just to give you also context what's happening in the Eastern Cape, our colleague Gqeberha and Gqeberha are also at Rhodes University, where we saw videos this morning showcasing Rhodes University students also protesting, so they also have joined the nationwide shutdown. And then we have heard that at BCC TVET College it is business as usual and no protesting happening there. So it looks like the various universities in the Eastern Cape are all joining this call and saying they want the promises made by government of many years ago of free education not to just be a talk shop but become a reality now.
What are you hearing, Lerato, with regards to the vicinity around these universities? Are roads being blocked? No, no Lorato. Silence. All